We are big horror fans. I specifically love folk horror, so a lot of the stuff that, we've produced 2 plays and both of them kind of fit into that category, but I'm really excited by rural places and old stories, but bringing it into the now and kind of looking at what those stories say about our culture today.
Hi everyone, my name is Margaret and I'm here with the Scotsman, and today I'm joined by
Blackbright Theatre Company, and we have a show called The Hunger.
Yeah, so I was about to say I think your poster's upside down, but it was just a weird sort of trick of like
No.
I keep thinking it's upside down.
It's almost like one of those strange like almost like a Rorschach test or like a sort of weird sort of image. So tell me about The Hunger.
The Hunger is a post-apocalyptic horror about a mother and daughter set at the end of the world in the Yorkshire Dales. It's a very atmospheric and tense piece about how far you would go to protect the ones you love. It also has an environmentalist underpinning about our relationship with the animal world, specifically in factory farming. We brought it 3 years ago and we've revamped it with a completely new set and sound design. The acting is incredible and we've had lots of really good responses for it. So if you want to see something a bit different, come and see this.
Amazing, and obviously you say it's set in the Yorkshire Dales. You're from Yorkshire. You met there. You sort of say,
Yeah. So we met at Sheffield University at the theatre company there. Maddie is originally from York, born in Preston, raised in York, and then I'm originally from Birmingham, but I've lived in Sheffield since 2017. So we wanted to make. You were very passionate about writing for Northern Voices and regional theatre, so that's what we do. We do regional female-led theatre. We're still based in Sheffield as well. Yorkshire Dales is such a brilliant place to choose for this kind of a piece. This sort of atmospheric, isolation-riddled place. They're basically living in their farmhouse, away from the danger outside, and they have. We describe it as post-apocalyptic horror meets kitchen sink drama. So Yorkshire Dales, beautiful but expansive and scary place to be as well if you're on your own, you against the world. So it's the perfect location, we thought, for this play.
Yeah, it's always great to see a piece of theatre that shows you someplace you've never necessarily been before. Like, I've never been to the Yorkshire Dales, and like you say, we do get a lot of theatre for various reasons that focuses on, say, it's like London-centric or things like that. So it's great to see a piece of theatre that's new and interesting, set in a place that, even though it's only like a couple hundred miles from here, it's like feels like a new place, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm just really passionate about putting Yorkshire and northern places on the map in the theatre landscape, because I do think we need to hear more regional voices on stage. And I think there's also something about putting a genre that people understand, like horror or the post-apocalypse, in a place like Yorkshire. It kind of it's such universal themes in a very specific regional place, and I think it promotes kind of connection and empathy for places that aren't just London, as an example. No hate to London, of course.
Are you big horror fans, or did you come up with the idea and then decide on horror? How did it sort of all come about?
We are big horror fans. I specifically love folk horror, so a lot of the stuff that, we've produced 2 plays and both of them kind of fit into that category, but I'm really excited by rural places and old stories, but bringing it into the now and kind of looking at what those stories say about our culture today.
Yeah, and I think the thing with horror is a lot of people, might think, I don't like horror, or they think horror's very one-dimensional. But actually, we really believe that horror is so expansive, it's such a wide genre. You can fit so many themes and discussions into it that wouldn't work in any other sort of any other style of storytelling or genre, and we think it's a brilliant way of exploring sort of humanity, our own fears as people, and that's a big thing that we have in our shows. They're ordinary people in extraordinary circumstances, and it's a lot about relationships. It's very character driven, and I think that it's been really lovely this run so far. We've had a lot of people see the show who would, on one end of the spectrum, say, I've been a horror fan forever and this was great and I thought it was going to go in one way, but it completely defied my expectations. And then we've had people who say, I don't like horror, but this was amazing. And da-da-da. So that's kind of part of why we love doing it, because we think a lot of people, fair enough, so think that horror is very one thing, you know, but there's so many different aspects of it, and you can just capture so much of like humanity and emotion in that. So yeah, we're really passionate about that.
And for those that they can't tell, we're standing next to a pool table, so that sort of signals that we are in a student union. You guys are staying at QMU as part of their Fringe Village. Can you speak about that experience? How's that impacted your show, if at all?
Yeah, so I mean, as I'm sure everybody knows, finding accommodation in Edinburgh is extremely difficult, extremely expensive, especially for independent, like underfunded companies like ourselves, where me and Maddie are the company, and then we hire actors and the rest of the creatives into the team. But it's really hard for us we can't just book in a hotel for a couple of weeks. So when we've come to Edinburgh before, we've stayed in some other student accommodations. And this year we thought we'd try staying here at Queen Margaret's. And it's been great, to be honest, because you're not too far out of the hub and bub of everything happening. But it's so beautiful around here and so quiet. And it's a nice little step away from... Because Edinburgh, it's intense, it can be a lot, and it's nice to have a place that we can come back to and feel like we can reset. And it's really lovely seeing so many different shows and people here.
Yeah, there's loads of people here. Actually, I've got another play on, and the cast and crew are in this accommodation as well. I had no idea until a couple of days ago, but there is like a nice sense of community, I think, and place like this, Maggie's Cafe and Bar that we're in right now, is a really great space as well to come to. It's cheap, and yeah, it's like enough of a step away, as Helen was saying, that we can recharge when we need to, but also it's just like a 6-minute train away from Edinburgh, so it's great.
Amazing. So last but not least, I need you guys to look into the camera. You can either do it together or one at a time. Talk about when and where the Hunger's on, how people can get tickets, and why people should see it, lastly.
I'll take the first bit and give you the why. Okay. We're a double act here, guys. Okay, so The Hunger is on at the Space, Nidri Street, in the Lower Theatre. We are on until the 22nd of August, so not the full run, so you're going to want to catch us before we hit after that. So the 22nd, we are on at 10:10 p.m. every day until then. You can get tickets via the Space UK website, and that's where you're going to also get like the best discounts. I often put 20% off offers on there, so get yourself a deal.
You should come see The Hunger because it's moving, gripping, and emotional. And even if you don't necessarily like horror, you will absolutely take something away from this play. At the end of the day, it's a story about a mother and daughter at the end of the world, and I think that's something that we can all connect to in some way. So if you're looking for something a bit different this Fringe, why not take a punt on our Scary Pig play?
Thank you so much. Enjoy the Fringe.